What's poppin', y'all? It ain't Friday, but you know we can still tell them to cut down. Check, bitch. So listen, I wanted to share with y'all the reason why I've slowed down from answering so many of my inboxes like I used to, right? So a lot of y'all write me a lot of messages, you know, asking for advice or my opinion on certain situations. So a few months ago, I had this one particular fan. She had wrote me a couple messages. I was reading them, so I knew a little bit about her situation or whatever. So, you know, eventually it got to the point where she was asking me for advice, you know, so often that I end up just saying, hey, call me. So against my better judgment, I gave her my personal number. She called or whatever. So we on the phone and she telling me about her situation, which I kind of knew, you know, a little bit about what was going on from the messages she was sending me and us going back and forth, right? So just to fill y'all in on it, she dating a dude that got a lady. She call it dating. I call it you messing with somebody on the side. You the side piece, rather, so to speak. So she messing with this dude who have a female baby mama that he with. He got a family. So he got 2 kids and he got his baby mama. They got their little household, and then she the person that he dealing with on the side. So in her mind, she feel like, you know, he don't love her. He gonna leave her anyways. Like, he tell me he love me. Like, of course, this type of stuff. But she, you know, talking to me like, well, love, I don't want to be stupid. Like, what's your opinion on it? So, of course, y'all done seen enough of my videos. Y'all know what the hell I done told her. But, of course, you know, a person can't help, you know, how they feel or who they done let, you know, bamboozle their ass into having emotions for, right? So, it get to the point where I eventually tell her. And I kind of, like, braced myself from, you know, telling her this because sometimes I can say stuff and it can hurt people's feelings. So, this is why I use analogies. So, I'm explaining to her. I'm like, so, listen, this dude is like a real nice car, right? I say a real nice car because he got his shit together as far as his life. He active. He take care of his kids. He got his family unit. So as far as speaking on this dude, him and his family, he like a nice car. He might be like, you know, an upscale, like maybe a Mercedes S550 or something. So we'll say this dude is a nice car, right? And you know what make a nice car roll is tires. In order for a car to move, you got to have, you know, a set of 4 tires in order for this bitch to run. So, you know, his set of tires, from what she told me, I'm just giving an analogy based off her situation. His set of tires is his mom, his lady, and his 2 kids. So those are the 4 tires that make this car roll. This is what keep this man going. This is his motivation in life or whatever. She the spare tire in the trunk. So when I say this, I can immediately tell her demeanor change. So I'm like, listen, you the spare tire that's in the trunk. She like the spare tire. So she's saying it like, I don't want to be no spare tire. But that's what you are. This man is a vehicle. He already got the wheels that make this thing move. You the 5th wheel. You that spare tire in the trunk. You along for the ride. So you going through everything that the family going through. Everything these 4 tires, the mama, the lady, and the 2 kids. You going through what they're going through. He go over a bump. You can feel that bump too in the trunk. You feel me? Like the car getting washed. You there. You know, for the car to get washed. He go get that thing painted. You there. You ain't out in the open actively a part of this, but you there. You know, you the spare tire in the trunk, right? So she like, I ain't a spare tire. What you mean? So now I can tell she kind of got an attitude. But I'm like, hold on. Every spare tire eventually get their turn. So she like, turn? What you mean? Yeah, you know, like when one of the front tires go out, you pop the trunk and get that spare tire that you've been dragging along this whole time. Take that bitch out and put it on. So you a spare tire, you stay along for the ride, you eventually gonna get your turn. But what you got to understand, boo-boo, is even when you put on the front of the car and you having your turn, this man still gonna be looking for another tire to replace that, or he gonna go get the old tire patched and put that bitch back on there. What you gotta understand is if you gonna choose to be a spare tire in somebody else's vehicle, if you gonna be a spare tire in their life, if you gonna be that person that they just drag along and use whenever they need you. Cause you know a bitch don't take the spare tire at the trunk message unless they need it, unless something wrong with one of the 4 tires. And you can't replace nobody kids, so you ain't finna be one of the tires that the kids is. You can't replace the mama. But you probably could replace that lady. So when she get a hole in her tire and she flat and she ain't rolling with him no more, he can take your ass out the trunk and put you on. Just know you temporary. You got to understand that, boo-boo. So then she quiet and she like, you know, I can tell her feelings kind of hurt because it's like, damn, this bitch done called me a spare tire. See, what y'all got to understand is sometimes some people got a spare tire in the trunk that's a raw-ass tire. Some of y'all some spare tires that's a goddamn Forgiato rim with some low-profile tires. Like, you know, you a decent tire. Like, really, you fit well on a vehicle that fits you. A lot of y'all are fucking Forgiato rim, low-profile tire in the trunk of a motherfucking 1996 Camry. You don't fit that car. So even when one of them Camry tires go flat and he take that bitch off, and let's say he throw that tire away and ain't even gonna use it no more, put you on there, you still make the ride bumpy because you don't fit. Y'all got to open up y'all eyes, man. Look at shit for what it is. Look at your role. Take personal accountability for the situations you put yourself into. You choosing to be a spare tire. You can get your ass out the trunk of that Camry and go be that fucking Forgiato low profile tire on a goddamn Cadillac Escalade or a truck that you fit very well on and gonna be along for the ride for the long haul. Come on now, message.